Okay. Hey, everybody. Oh, it's so dark. I'm trying to fix this light. Ugh. The lighting is bad. I don't know why the lighting seems fine sometimes and then sometimes it seems bad. I don't understand. But anyway, welcome to the last live of the day. This is my third live in a row. 3 different shows, 3 different topics. I hope you guys enjoyed the last 2 reviews, but this is the last review of the evening, and then I am going to bed, y'all. But anyway, everybody who's in the chat, please make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's getting kind of late, so depending on where you're tuning in from, it could be your bedtime already. But it's like 11:08 here in the Midwest, so it's not too late for me. But anyway, for you guys who are fans of Married to Medicine, what do you think about the Married to Medicine LA series? I think it's going to take a second to grow on me. Some of the cast members I really like already, and some of the cast members I'm like, okay, nah, give me a second to take you all in. But so far, like, I think the ladies, they a lot of them have a lot of different personalities. I think some of the cast members are kind of similar to the cast members of Married to Medicine Atlanta. But y'all let me know what you think about them. It's about 4, hold on, let me pull up all their names here. Right now, also, we're on season 1, episode 3, and actually episode 1, because it's really, I would say this is episode 2, even though they call it episode 3, because the first episode, it was mainly the cast from Married to Medicine Atlanta. They were actually traveling to LA to meet up with one of the cast members, you know, on the LA show. So it was kind of like a meet and greet, you know. They were just meeting, you know, all the different ladies who was going to be on the show in LA. So I don't really count that as part of the, you know, episodes or whatnot. But anyway, the cast members we have here are, let's see, which one did I pull up? Oh, pull up Dr. Why I put in Married to Medicine LA, and it pulled up the cast from Married to Medicine Atlanta. Anyway, anywho, one of the doctors, she's an anesthesiologist. Did I say that right? Anesthesiologist. Her name is Dr. Britton. And her husband, she's married to Mac, her husband, and he is a real estate developer. Then we have Asha, who's actually married to a physiatrist or something like that. I can't pronounce that. But his name is Dr. Larry. And then we also have Shanique, who is married to Dr. Robert, which is an urgent care physician. And then we have the lovely Dr. Noel. And who else? We have Dr. Imani, who's married to Phil, a musician. And let's see, who else? We have Jasmine, and she's married to Dr. J. And let's see, did I get them all? Yep, I think I got them all. So those are the cast members, the main cast members. But again, y'all let me know what y'all think about the show so far, if y'all been watching it. Again, it's on season 1, episode 3. And this episode has started off with Dr. Britton, who is the anesthesiologist. And it was talking, you know, she was discussing with her husband, because her husband and their children, They live actually in Orlando, Florida. Dr. Britton, of course, lives in LA. What had happened was Dr. Britton had took her family to Orlando because of her career. And then once she ended up in Orlando, she realized that it wasn't a lot of opportunities there for her, career. She's an anesthesiologist. And she had, wanted to move to LA because she knew there's plenty of hospitals out here. I mean, on top of all the regular hospitals, there's a lot of, plastic surgery doctors out here. And of course, they all need anesthesiologists. So she figured, you know what? I'm going to take my family to LA. But since, just like when she moved to Orlando, she moved there first, found a house, got a job, then moved her husband and her kids there. Now again, she done moved to LA. Left her family in Orlando. She moved out to LA, over 2,000 miles away. Found a house, got her a good, stable job. It took her, I think she said, about a year before she got a good, stable job. So basically, she's been like a long distance mom, long distance wife, all that stuff, relationship and everything for over a year. And now she's found a house. And I actually thought the house was beautiful. Like in episode 1, when the ladies from Atlanta had, came to LA to visit, because Dr. Britton is actually Dr. Simone's, like a very, very, very good friend of hers. They were both doctors, in the military. So they, they go way, way back. So they're out there visiting Dr. Britton, and I'm looking at this house like, this house is gorgeous. It was nice, it was roomy, it was cozy, it had all these bedrooms, a nice pool, privacy backyard and everything. But her husband don't quite approve of the house that she found. And unbeknownst to her, he had really wanted a house outside of the city. So she's kind of upset because she's like, you know what? I've been here over a year. And now I feel like everything I've done was pointless because he's never told me he wanted to be outside of the city. And when he said that, when he started kind of talking down on the house that she found, I didn't quite understand at first because I'm like, I like this house. I would live in that house. I would put my family in that house easily. But then they showed the house that they have in Orlando. And I was looking at that crib like, God dang. That house in Orlando was like 3 times bigger than the house that Dr. Britton found for them in LA. Now, LA is more expensive. So, of course, the house that they got in Orlando, it was like 3 times, if they were to find a house like the same size, the house in Orlando was like 7,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, and a pool. Nice. Really nice. But if they were on top of that, not only did it have a pool, but it also was, lakeside. So right in the back of their yard, like within walking distance, was a big, huge lake. So if they were to find a place like that in Cali, around LA, they said the same house, if they were to just move that whole house there, it would cost like $6 million, which is way more than, her husband, wants to pay for. But then again, her husband is a real estate developer, so he probably makes really good money. Dr. Britton's is an anesthesiologist working in LA. She probably makes really good money. But I get it. I understand. And being in LA, right in the city, where it's like really, really busy, and I don't know if I would want my kids to raise them right in the middle of the city of LA. So I get it. But anyway, I think that house is really dope. But Asha. Now Asha, she's married. She's been married to her husband like 11 years. His name is Dr. Larry. And why? Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe because I've been doing so many reviews on R. Kelly that I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. But y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Asha, to me, reminds me of R. Kelly's ex, Andrea. Am I tripping? If y'all haven't watched the show, you don't even have to watch the show. Just look it up. Look up to Married to Medicine LA. and type in Asha. And I swear, she reminds me of R. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea, but just prettier. Just prettier. Not that Andrea's, okay, anyway, she's a little bit prettier. But, for some reason, I'm kind of confused about what's going on with them two. Now, last episode, there was a party. There was a birthday party for Dr. Robert. And his wife Jasmine threw the party at their big, humongous, I mean, this house was so huge. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for now. They had threw a birthday party for her husband. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm sorry, Shanique and her husband, Dr. Robert. They had threw a party for Dr. Robert's birthday and invited, there was a lady named Dr. Smith, who is a very, very close friend of the family. Now, Dr. Smith used to date Asha's husband, Dr. Larry. Dr. Larry and Dr. Smith, the female, they used to work together. They went to college together. They went to med school. All that jazz. I guess Asha and Dr. Larry feel like, they should have gave us a heads up about Dr. Smith, coming to the party. Because, and see, that's why I'm kind of confused. Because I'm like, okay, Dr. Larry, you haven't been with Dr. Smith, I'm assuming, in at least 11 years, because you've been married to Asha for 11 years. And then before that, you was in med school. So that's been a while. So why is they tripping on her showing up at this party if they haven't been together all those years? I don't know. But anyway, Asha was uncomfortable about it. She's like, you know what? I think they should have not invited her at all, or at least gave us the opportunity, gave us the option to either come, if they told us in advance that she was coming, to give us the opportunity to turn down the invite, or just be like, you know what? Bump her. We coming anyway. But, they didn't have an option. They came. She was there. And it was like, okay, the ex is in the house. But Dr. Robert and Shanique, when they were at dinner, they were basically saying, we don't see what the big deal is. Why is Asha tripping? You know what? Basically, her feelings should not be validated. She's dragging it out. And then I'm wondering more about Shanique and Robert's relationship with Dr. Smith. They claim she's a family friend. But I'm like, okay, I understand married people having a family friend. But I was wondering, and they did not mention, if this was Dr. Robert's friend at first. Y'all know where I'm going. Or Dr. Shanique's friend at first. Because this lady be with them everywhere. I mean, I understand the birthday parties and the wedding anniversaries and maybe the holidays. Baby showers, things like that. But she goes on all their trips with them. She attends all functions, all events. And I'm thinking like, they never mentioned if this was Dr. Robert's friend first or Shanique's. But the way that it sounds like it was more of Dr. Robert, because when he was sitting down with Shanique, he was like, well, when you was talking about them and they were asking you, why y'all didn't tell us in advance she was coming, why didn't you just end it and say, I'm the one who invited her? So that made me think that was Dr. Robert's friend at first. Now, my next thought is like, usually when you have like a family friend that travels with you, and if you're married and you have like family friend that travels with you, they usually are in a relationship. Like they're, if it's a female, she has a husband, and vice versa if it's a man, or at least boyfriend, dating, something like that, significant other, something like that. So I'm wondering, like, where her man at? I mean, this your husband's homegirl, really close friend of our family now. She's with us everywhere we go. Where her man at? I'm like, dang, your homegirl got to come with us everywhere? That's how I be with my husband. Everywhere. Vacations, too. Like, if we get up and go to the vineyard for our anniversary, she got to come, too. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe that's how they do it in L.A. You know, L.A. is bougie. They different. But, that's definitely what I would be thinking. But then, come to find out, Shanique found out from her husband, Dr. Smith, that Larry actually, and they're going to get on this next episode, but they showed us like a little preview. Dr. Larry actually was cheating on his ex, Dr. Smith, with Asha. Obviously. They were dating, and Asha was like, you know, it happens all the time. You know, doctors, they meet people in med school and they date and then they break up, and that's how these LA people talk. They break up and then and then they, you know, right before they about to graduate or whatever, they end up with somebody else. And she was just like, oh, it's normal. Oh, it's normal. You know, there's nothing wrong with that he left her for me. Now come to find out, he was messing around with Asha on the girl. So he didn't exactly leave her for her. He was cheating and messing with both of them at the same time. So we're going to see how that works out next episode. But what did y'all think about Noelle's patient, Lola? She's a funny character. She brought her little doggy up in there. See, I really need to visit LA because I want to see this stuff up close and personal. I know it is a great place to visit. There's all kind of excitement there. There's theme parks. There's, you know, all museums and Disneyland. Everything's out there. And also the Hall of Fame, which I definitely, what is it called? The Walk of Fame. But anyway, or it's the boardwalk, whatever they call it. Anyway, I want to go visit there. But when I saw Lola push her little dog in a stroller into the hospital, I was like, oh my God. And I don't know what she was wearing on. She looked like some old 70-year-old hippie. She had all this pink on and big old bow in her hair, and her dog was dressed up, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But that dog was really cute. She was actually there to visit Dr. Noelle because Dr. Noelle was trying to introduce her into yoga, but from the time she hit that door, Lola was like, I ain't trying to do no yoga. I just want my pain pills. Her patient, Dr. Lola, was in a car accident. So ever since then, she's been dealing with pain and anxiety and things like that. And she's on Xanax. I don't know what else she's on. See that side eye? You have to watch the show to see why I did that. But I don't know what else she was on. But she's definitely on Xanax, and Dr. Noelle is trying to wean her off of the Xanax. And she was like, I don't want no yoga. Matter of fact, I was hoping you wouldn't show up, Dr. Noelle, because I don't want no yoga. I want my pills. I was like, oh, this poor lady. Her hands was shaking and everything. So, you can tell she has anxiety. Either that or she's hooked on some pills or something else. Again, side eye. But after the yoga session, she said she felt more relaxed. She didn't feel any pain. She said, I feel good. But then she was like, can I still get them pills though? At least half? I was like, give her them pills, Lord. Please give her them pills. That was so funny. That little old lady and her little old dog. But she did feel a little bit better, and hopefully Dr. Noelle will be able to wean her off of those pills or, do something else for her, because she's like, a lot of people, what she called the Western society, the Western world, we're quick to give people some medicine instead of suggesting other alternatives like yoga or something else of that sort. So hopefully she can get her, before this lady end up in rehab, because I'm telling you, I can see her in rehab. But anywho, on a more serious note, I was looking at Dr. Imani's hubby, Phil. Kind of a little strange because now Phil's a musician and Dr. Monty, she's a psychiatrist. She has been basically dealing with having a estranged father who she hasn't seen since she was 11. He was actually addicted to drugs and had left her and her mother when she was approximately around 11 years old. Somehow, thanks to Facebook, thanks to modern technology, she had located her father and she wants to reconnect with her estranged biological father. But her husband, he really is not approving of it. And basically, he's implying that if she interacts with her father or brings her father around them and their children, that something bad is going to happen, or he don't feel like that would be something safe or, to do. And I'm looking like, okay, this is your wife. I understand. You're concerned with her. Her dad left her at 11. She grew up, half her life without her father in her life, and to a little girl, that means a lot. And they do have children as well. So I get where he's coming from as far as, your dad, he was on drugs, but they don't know if he's still on drugs. That's one thing she does not know. So I think that he should at least, be kind of, just try to motivate her a little bit to maybe, see where your father's headed. Talk to him, find out if, he's available to see, pay a little visit with him and see where his head at first, he wasn't feeling that. He was not feeling her having a relationship. He was not feeling him coming around their house, around their children or nothing. But then he kind of, softened up when she seemed to get him that puppy dog face, the puppy dog eyes. And then she texted him. And when she texted her dad, she said, basically in so many words, I've been thinking and we've been talking for some time now, and I really would like to meet you, in person. Now her dad did respond with, I have to think about that. That's not a no. Imani was quick to tell her husband that's not a no, because he was like, see, there you have it. There you have it. Cancel it. Forget about him. Delete him from Facebook as your Facebook friend. But she, she felt the same way I did. That's not a no. So, let's just see what happens. So that's what she's going to do. She's going to see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, like she said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least she tried to reconnect with her father. And that's the thing. A lot of people always say, life is too short. If you're arguing with somebody, a friend, a relative, a spouse, mom, children, dad, whatever, life is too short. And you should always try to reach out to somebody that you have issues with and try to resolve it. Because once you gone, and they don't want to have any regrets, and vice versa. Once they're gone, and you don't want to have any regrets. So that's why I didn't understand why her husband couldn't understand that. But you know what? Imani is a psychiatrist. So, being a psychiatrist, she probably tells people this all the time. How to deal with your spouse, your mate, your kids, your job, your dog, whatever. So anyway, hopefully it works out, for her. And if not, she tried. His loss. His loss. Because Imani is a beautiful woman. And matter of fact, she looks like she should be a model. But then again, even though she's like 6'4", I think she might have a little bit too much butt and breast. Not that she's just voluptuous or anything. Hey, travel girl, how you doing? I'm just reviewing Married to Medicine LA. If you watched it, let me know. And let me know how you feel about it compared to, the Atlanta version of Married to Medicine or whatnot, or, anything about it, anything I discuss or about the characters or the cast, just, put it in the chat. But, yeah, Imani, I mean, she's a beautiful black, woman, strong, smart. She's a psychiatrist. But anyway, Jasmine. Now, Jasmine, that's the one that's like half Persian and half black. Her father is Persian and her mother's is black. Now, picture this. Back in like the 70s and 80s, when it really wasn't that much mixed relations, and if it was usually, it wasn't uncommon to me back in the 80s and, stuff to see whites with blacks, black man, white lady, or vice versa. But when it came to like different nationalities, like Persians and Mexicans and Asians and, things like that, that wasn't too common, at least not in my neck of the woods. But, so Jasmine, she dealt with a lot when she was growing up. People looked at her differently. They teased her, about her parents, about her father, about the way she looked. And Jasmine is a beautiful lady as well. But as far as that pink Barbie or pink Dollhouse Brunch event that she put together, I was looking at that house. Man, I had mentioned it a little while before, and I said, we ain't gonna get on that house yet. But that house was so huge. I mean, that house was humongous. Like, you walk in, and it's like, where is the ceiling? It seemed like the ceiling never ended. I mean, the house was so huge. Now I don't remember what they said her career was. I think she might be a housewife, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, I think she's a housewife. But I know her husband is a physician. But anywho, that house was humongous. It looked like, something a celebrity, a celebrity who got some loot. Not just a celebrity, but a celebrity with a pretty coin, because that house will definitely set you back. But the host, which was Jasmine, she wanted all the ladies to dress up as really cute and really delicate, like a little doll, because it was like a Barbie, Dollhouse Brunch event. There was pink Barbie dolls, pink bows, pink. I mean, everything was like, everything was like pink, like Pepto-Bismol pink. And there was pink little Barbie cars, all big ones, little ones, all over the place. Dr. Imani, the one who's like 6'4", the bald-headed one, 6'4", she was like, I wish I would come up in here dressed like some little doll. I ain't nobody's doll. But they do say in LA, it's normal for people to throw theme parties and everything. But I guess, in a way, I can understand why Dr. Imani and, who was it, Dr. Noel, they was like, we ain't dressing as no dolls. I ain't no doll. I'm Noel. I mean, did y'all understand the concept, about the dolls, what they were trying to say? I have boys, so I never had, any issues with dolls or Barbies or anything like that. And on top of that, I was a tomboy growing up, so I didn't really fool with no dolls. I was in the streets, football, basketball, curveball, softball. I mean, everything ball. climbing fences, trees, playing in the dirt. That was me, the little tomboy in the neighborhood. So I never really had, a lot of playtime with any dolls or anything. But as far as them, when they were like, when I say, do y'all understand where they were coming from? Like, the concept they were trying to say was that a lot of little girls, like, I guess they were specifically speaking towards black girls or, minorities, things like that. They were trying to say that there's kind of like the little girls kind of feel, I don't know, like if they don't look as pretty as the dolls, that they sometimes have low self-esteem, or I don't know. How do y'all feel about the concept of the dolls? And, you know, little girls growing up playing with dolls, like Barbie dolls and things like that, how they feel like if they're not as pretty as a doll, like, okay, Noelle was saying how her daughter, she had to really sit down and have a talk with her when she was little. Because every doll that she saw that she wanted was the white dolls with the straight hair and, you know, that looked totally different from her because everybody thought those dolls were prettier. And she didn't see no dolls with kinky hair like her, or her skin complexion. Mind you, this was, you know, now they have dolls of like every nationality, you know. But back then, it wasn't like that. It was like one black doll and like 50 different different type of Barbie dolls. Like the ski Barbie, the bacon Barbie, the nurse Barbie, the teacher Barbie, the counselor Barbie, the, you know, babysitter Barbie, the dog walker Barbie. But there was, and I'm just making up stuff because again, I didn't play with dolls, so I don't know what type of Barbies they had, but I know there was a lot of different ones. But they were just basically trying to say, you know what, it sometimes makes little kids self-conscious. So they was like, I'm not dressing up as no doll. And again, I kind of get where they're coming from, but I never looked at it that way. You know, I never played with dolls. I got boys. So, you know, I never looked at it that way. So I could care less what a doll looked like when I was growing up. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And then, also at the brunch, Asha, that's the one who, her and her husband, was in their feelings because, you know, his ex was invited to the birthday party, you know, Dr. Robert's birthday party, and they wasn't told in advance. This is what they claim. They claim they was not told in advance that his ex was going to be there. So, anywho, Asha was discussing, you know, with Dr. Britton, and that's the mixed white girl, Dr. Britton. She's the anesthesiologist whose husband and children still live in Orlando. I'm just trying to give y'all little tidbits because this show just started, so that's why I'm like, the doctor, the mixed girl, the Persian girl, you know. So y'all don't get lost. But anyway, because it's a lot of different characters, and I know all the other characters to Married to Medicine LA like the back of my hand. At least what we see on television, you know what I'm saying? But these are all new characters to me, so I'm still learning them too. But basically, Asha was discussing with Dr. Britton, you know, how her husband, who she been with for 11 years, is not all the way on board with a baby. And I'm like, you could have fooled me. Because wasn't both of them at the doctor's office talking about, you know, Asha's 39 now. That's not really old, you know, to have a baby. But once you get like 40 and above, your chances, you know, go down a little bit more every single year, you know, as far as, you know, being able to naturally give birth to a child. So she was up there in the office and him, you know, discussing if it was safe for her to try, if the doctor thinks they should try other alternatives. And she was like, nah, you just 39. You know, do what you do. Throw away the condoms. Throw away the birth control pills. And y'all need to be doing it like every day. Every day before ovulation, as many times a day as you want. And a few days after ovulation. You know, as many times a day as you want. So, being that they were at the hospital and talking to the doctor, you know, getting a consultation, and they both seemed like they was taking in all the information and stuff and on the same, you know, track. And then to come to find out that she's telling Dr. Britton, I don't think my husband is ready for a baby. Now, the excuse that he gave her was financial reasons. But he makes pretty good money. He makes really good money, you know, as a doctor. In his skills, in his career, in his position at the hospital, he makes really good money. He can afford a wife. He can afford a humongous house. You know, cars, they got all that. I mean, all that. But his excuse is, I don't know if we can afford a baby. And I'm like, you got all them zeros zeros behind your paycheck and you don't know if you can afford one baby. Like one baby. See, this is LA. This is LA, where things are a lot more expensive. I understand that things are a lot more expensive. But one baby? We got people out here on food stamps and welfare, Section 8, living in the projects, low-income housing, working at McDonald's. I mean, or not working at all, and they having babies left and right. They might be on assistance, but if they had a big old check, you know, like a physician's check, I'm sure they could be doing a lot more with what, you know, they have. So I'm like, one baby, I can see if they had 5 or 6, 7 kids already. Well, okay, maybe 3, 4, or 5 kids already. And he's talking about, I don't know, babe. I don't know if we want to, you know, we're kind of strapped for cash right now as it is. But they, one baby, and Asha is 39 years old, and he talking about finances. I don't know. I'm with Dr. Noel. I don't know. Y'all, I mean, Dr. Britton, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Dr. Britton was like, honey, I just think your husband don't want no baby. Because as much money as y'all make, that is a poor excuse to why he doesn't want a baby. One baby. So I don't know. And then she's 39. I'm like, there's certain sacrifices that they are just going to have to make. I mean, if he thinks the baby is just going to be too expensive, there's certain sacrifices. She's 39. She wants to have a baby. She wants to hold her baby in her own stomach, you know, while she can, before it gets too late. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I'm with Dr. Britton. Lastly, remember I was mentioning several times that amazing, humongous, gigantic, celebrity style, pimped out house of Jasmine and her hubby, Dr. Jack, the ones who threw the party. Now, while I was thinking this house could be like, you know, a celebrity, I can picture celebrities living in there. I mean, her husband is a doctor. They doing really well. But this house, y'all, if y'all ain't watched the show, check the show out if you get a chance. The house is humongous. And I'm thinking this could be a celebrity house. Nowhere did it cross my mind, not at all, not one time, that it might be a drug dealer's house or a drug dealer's type of house. That never crossed my mind. But for some reason, it crossed Dr. Imani's mind. And Dr. Imani, again, that's the tall black lady, the one who had, you know, the bald head and everything, the psychiatrist. She's like, that house represents drug dealers. And I'm like, oh no, please, don't do it. Do not put those allegations out there in the atmosphere. I mean, y'all know how it is. You put that out there, all the drug dealers, next thing you know, the FBI, somebody else gonna start investigating, see if somebody's doing some money laundering, or, you know, running some money, trying to clean it through their hospital office. But anywho, I that didn't cross my mind. But after she said it, I was like, that is a really big house. Like, I don't know, that house was really fancy and everything. But she was trying to tell that to Noel, and I'm like, even Shanique, when they were discussing, like, this was at the end of the show. And after they all left the party, like the next day, I'm going to assume it's the next day because, you know, they be recording and sometimes they don't say if it's Monday, Tuesday. I'm just assuming the next day when the ladies were out chilling and they were having drinks or whatnot. Shanique claims to Noel that Asha and Dr. Larry knew ahead of time that his ex was coming to Shanique and Dr. Roberts' party for his birthday. Now, if y'all remember, I just said it earlier, Asha and her husband claims that they were not given advance notice that his ex was coming to the party. That's what they said. That's what they said. They said had they have known, they could have decided, if we're going to come and be bothered with his ex at the party, or if we're going to stay home and sit this one out. So they claimed they had no idea. But then Shanique is up here telling them that, they knew all along that his ex was going to be at the party. So now I'm like, okay, who's telling the truth? Who's telling the truth? I don't know who's lying. I mean, most likely we'll find out next episode who's lying. But what y'all think about that? I was like, did he know? And did he not say something to Asha? Is that maybe what possibly happened? I don't know. And then again, they showed a little bit of the previews, and Asha was like pissed off because she had found out that her husband was with her and his ex at the same time, when they met. I don't know what's going to become of that. She was pissed off, when they told her about it. But again, they've been married for 11 years. He's been broke up with that girl for a longer time than that. So, would it really matter to you, ladies? Would it? This far, after y'all been dating, after y'all been married and all that, would it matter if your husband cheated on you? Let's see, they've been married for 11 years. So I'm going to just give it like 4 years before that. When he met Asha and maybe was still with the ex, when he was in medical school. So let's give it 15 years. Would you be upset if your husband slept with you and his ex at the same time, was having a relationship with both of y'all, and it was 15 years ago? Before y'all were married, would you be upset? I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. And husbands, me and y'all can chime in too. Would you be upset if your wife slept with you and her ex, had a relationship with both of y'all like 15 years ago, years before you were married, years ago? Would you be upset? Would that be, reason to terminate your relationship? I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Now, if he was still trying to get with that, that's a different story. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let me know, for those of y'all who's been watching this show, give me an honest opinion of the show. Like I said, the Married to Medicine Atlanta, most of us have come to know them really, really well, and we enjoy that show and everything. So this is a little spinoff, totally different cast members, totally different location. Vibes and everything. The houses is different. Everything about these ladies are just different. So y'all let me know what y'all think about them, and what you think about the characters. Let me know how you feel about Dr. Imani and her husband. How he was telling her he don't think she should have anything to do with her father. Let me know how you feel about that. Let me know how you feel about Asha and her husband and the ex. Let me know how you feel about that. And also, let me know how you feel about the first lady that I have mentioned, Dr. Britton. Now, Dr. Britton, she's the one who had moved from Orlando, Florida to LA, because there's more opportunities out there as far as her career, because she's an anesthesiologist. And her husband was upset about the house that she had found for them. Again, I thought the house was gorgeous. I thought it was beautiful. The landscaping, the pool, the big rooms. Hell, she fit all of the ladies from the Atlanta cast. Episode 1. Remember episode 1? All the ladies from Atlanta, they came to visit her so they can meet her, because that's Dr. Simone's, from Atlanta. That's her best friend. So, I don't know. Y'all, let me know how you feel. I thought the house was beautiful, but anyway, he like, this ain't big enough. We need something bigger. But anyway, y'all let me know. And mind you, they have two little children. So I really don't need that much house space. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the show. And put all your comments in the chat. And those of you who come in after the live, feel free to hit me up in the comment section and I will respond to your comments. And in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.